What an amazing bunch of news I have for you guys today. And without any further ado, let's just jump straight into this and leave the TA for the end of the video. First, let's have a look at what is happening. It is absolutely epic. And just before we get into this, quick shill up to 30K with Bybit. And just between us, if you use my exclusive link down in the description of this video, you can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses with Bybit. All the terms, conditions, and requirements are there once you click my link, sign up. All is there in the reward center, so use this to your advantage. And also, all deposited users get access to my Crypto Signals community for absolutely free. When you're inside Discord, where people make crazy returns, and there's 40,000 traders in there right now. You need to join this VIP signal section using your UID after you use my link to Bybit or BitGet links, both links down in the description of this video. And huge update on retro drops, which is how I made 10x this year. And this is how I'm gonna make, check out this video right here. This is how I'm gonna make another $5 million in the next 12 months, regardless of where Bitcoin goes. Huge update on this coming very soon. If you thought that I forgot about it, no, I didn't. Huge updates coming shortly, and you don't want to miss them. So pay attention now. Let's get into the Bitcoin though. First thing I wanted to share, which is not so good news, and that is that PPI. PPI came in, which is Producer Price Index, which is more on the production side of things, and it jumped from 1.6 to 2.2. Which is quite painful, but the market hasn't really reacted much to it. If we take a look at CPI though, which I told you to watch, and it was very important. So here, the CPI that includes food and energy actually ticked up from, I know it actually stayed the same. So there was a forecast that is gonna go down to 3.6, but it's stagnating a bit. It's standing at 3.7. So is that really bad? Well, kinda, but not really, because Fed doesn't really control it, and it's because of the situation with oil. And when we don't control oil, it's thanks to Biden and depletion of all the reserves. We don't really control it much in the US anymore. So therefore, Fed doesn't have any control over it. So what we do care about is going to be this CPI reading, which is the core one that excludes it. And this one came in cooler. So we forecasted a drop of 0.2%, and this is what we got. So therefore, overall inflation is coming down. So that is good, and there's no reason to worry too much yet. And the same thing we can see in the jobless claims in October 12th. We saw that the forecast was 210, we got 209. So the economy is arguably still quite strong, even though we're seeing Syria and Damascus and Aleppo airports hit by Israeli missiles, and we're seeing an escalation there. And again, my condolences to everybody who is dragged into this nonsense, and this is the type of nonsense we don't need any more of in the world. But yeah, but I want to remind you guys that this is something that unless this grows into a world war, which can be very tragic for all assets out there, unless it becomes this big of a thing, this could actually be good for the markets, unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. It depends on your views on the world and life in general. Because any war requires what? That's right, money. And money needs to be what? Exactly, printed. And where does this money end up? In the markets. So that's good. Now, next piece of good news is that big banks say the trouble is coming, but their earnings are still strong. So for one, that the smaller banks are struggling, and we've seen the huge debt that there is in the banks right now, and the banks are on the brink of failure. I mean, they should have failed long ago, but there is Fed, there is money printing, so it is easy. So for us, for one, it is good that the earnings of big banks are still strong, which means that we are still good to go for now. But they're saying that the banks are in trouble. So even if banks start to fail, and as I told you in the video right here, you can check it out, where I told you that I want it all to crash and burn to zero. And if this happens, and it happens because of banks, it's going to be another 2008 type of scenario. It's going to be only good for Bitcoin. Global world war is arguably maybe not so good for Bitcoin, but banking collapses and a recession because of banks would be amazing for Bitcoin, and it would pump like never before. And we've seen this already before with the previous banking collapses of Silvergate and Signature, etc. Now getting to the best news of the day. I mean, comment down below, guys, and let's enjoy this moment in peace. So SEC is not going to be appealing its loss in the Grayscale case, boosting the odds of GBTC becoming Bitcoin ETF. Yes, yes, this is amazing. They're giving in. Gary Gensler is starting to give in. Good stuff is literally around the corner, in my opinion. But yesterday, we saw on these news, we've seen a small pump of Bitcoin from like 26.8 to 27, so very tiny, and it stopped. And everybody was like, oh, well, what's going on? Why is it stopping? Well, let me explain why this is stopping. This is very bullish. And to be honest, just in all fairness, I thought we were going to have a bigger pump on this, at least a little bit. But the reason why is because if we actually pay attention and understand what this means, it's right here. So it's unclear how the SEC will proceed in the next round with the Grayscale's application. The agency still has the authority to deny it for other reasons besides the ones court shot down. Through Grayscale could challenge those again in court. So therefore, this victory is a big victory, but it does not guarantee a Bitcoin ETF unfortunately being rolled out instantly. This increases the chances, the odds dramatically. So this is in favor of all cryptocurrency bros, so we are in a good standing right now, but they still could, postpone it for whatever reason or deny it for another bullshit reason. But we all know that a spot Bitcoin ETF, it's coming. And with these kinds of small victories here and there, it just shows that how soon it's going to be coming. And now we need to really wait for SEC to comment and for them to say what is going to happen next, because they need to evaluate this Grayscale ETF again, the application. And this could happen very fast. And once that happens, and this brings me to the chart, once it happens officially, and once or Grayscale or SEC might give us some forward guidance, this is when the real pump is going to come. So it is literally around the corner, potentially, in my personal humble opinion. This brings me to the chart. So we are still in the same no man's land. And here, what is possible is short-term, quick scalp trades. And there are a few interesting scalp trades, a few interesting levels that we have here that we want to trade. So again, if you want to see all of my personal trades and trades of my team, all the smallest one, the biggest trades are here on YouTube. And you see it and you still know that I'm still long on Bitcoin over on Bybit. But if you want to see the smallest trades, it's in Discord. Again, link down in the description of this video. And to join it, you need to have a Bybit account using my link down in the description of this video, or a BitGet account. And BitGet still does not require KYC in a certain selection of countries like Canada, I believe, and a few other ones. So for now, we are going to be doing simple scalp trading, up and down and up and down and up and down. And again, all these smallest trades will be in the Discord because I cannot just physically post them all here. But the idea, the general concept is that currently the chances of us, the market manipulators, to keep dragging the price along until real big news comes out is very high. So therefore, our main support still stays. I mean, we've seen this right here. This is the market maker support. And we're on the like 20% bottom range of this entire range, because the upper resistance range for market makers is up at around 31K. And the bottom range here is about 25K. So we are closer to the bottom of the range. So if we actually drop even a bit lower, which is possible on the manipulation, and just to tell you the truth, because I really want to be really open with you guys, I know a lot of whales. I am in a few groups where there are guys who are trading with 50 million spot trade per one person, and there are like 50 of those people, so it's like in billions. And I know what they're doing, and right now they're actually forcing the price a bit down, and maybe their target right now is like 26, 25. It's not a guarantee it's going to go there, but they're just playing around right now until they all get liquidated, to be honest, because once one good piece of news comes out, it will all go to shit for them, and they will not be able to manipulate anything anymore. So just to tell you the truth, because I know people from different places. So, and right now for us, we're going to be just taking smallest trades in the vicinity, and we're not going to be hoping for any kind of, incredible dump or pump, because right now it's a no man's land, which is perfect for scalp trading based on liquidity, order book, etc. So guys, check out this first vlog of my trip from New York to Alaska, and Guinness World Records have responded, and we are waiting for the record to come in, so I'm going to be celebrating together. So check it out, and as always, peace and love. Thomas Krallo, stay smart, stay very rich, and pay very much attention tomorrow. A huge chance and opportunities coming for every single one of you, and I'm serious, so please pay attention, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.